So this is just a quick overview of the newly reissued Super Saiyan Trunks that was released a couple of days back, the 23rd of March to be precise. Same retail price, same figure, same package, no aesthetic differences, just a re-release of the original we got last year. So why are we looking at this again? What's the point of this video? Well, my dear viewers, for anyone who purchased the first Trunks last year, you'll know it was plagued with QC issues, from loose bicep joints that would fall off every time you tried to pose it, to the old loosey-goosey hips that made it a chore to stand the figure up. I also found the sheath strap frustratingly difficult to plug into the sheath itself, and many also reported loose ankle joints as well. Despite being a beautifully sculpted figure, extremely well articulated with all the accessories you could want in an updated Future Trunks release, all of the aforementioned problems were just a bit too hard to ignore. So when Tamashii announced last year they would be re-releasing Trunks, I jumped right onto the pre-orders and waited eagerly to find out if those QC issues were rectified. Alright, out of the box, and the first QC issue on my checklist is the lower torso being put together backwards. Some of you might have missed this one. I did myself until someone on Instagram kindly pointed it out. But the lower torso section was assembled backward. Nothing major, an easy fix, but with this reissue, it looks like they got it right this time. There should be two lines or wrinkles on the side like the shirt is being tucked into the trousers, and this is how it should look. QC issue number 1 fixed. Moving on to QC issue number 2, the one that I found most frustrating was the arms at the bicep swivel would just pop out every time I try to pose it. It goes in nice and firm, but when you try to move it around, well, there it goes. So with the reissue, there doesn't seem to be any problems at all. The swivel is nice and tight, but also smooth as butter. I've had the reissue out on my desk, posing it multiple times, and so far, so good. QC issue number 2 fixed. So this was just as bad as the arms falling off. Loose, floppy hips and ankles. You can see the legs at the hips on the original just flop around and don't really have much resistance in the joints. Luckily, with the reissue, the hips are much tighter. Again, not overly tight, but they can sure hold a pose, and standing your Trunks upright is now as simple as placing him on a flat surface, as it should be. The ankles are nice and firm too, though I didn't really have that loose ankle problem with my original. QC issue number 3 fixed. This was the last problem on my personal list, but the pegs on the sheath band or belt just wouldn't plug in securely in the sheath. The mushroom type pegs were just too soft and mushy that it was just like trying to jam in a flaccid you know what into a you know what. Not gonna happen. With the reissue, we get a nice firm connection that goes in with a soft but satisfying click. Thank you, and once you have it in, it stays in there pretty firmly. Shake, 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 shake. That ain't going anywhere. QC issue number 4 fixed. And I think that's it. All of the existing QC issues I was aware of with the original release fixed. If there were any other problems that you guys encountered with your copies, let me know. I'll try to get back to you as informatively as I can. So the important question is, how do you tell the original from the reissue? Well, unfortunately, the serial numbers and the packaging is basically the same, but there is one clear difference. The original release has the bigger hollow foil Tamashii quality assurance sticker, which I believe they don't use anymore. And the reissue has an updated, smaller, plain silver QC assurance sticker. So look for that when you're hunting around. So where do you purchase a reissue? Well, I live in Japan, and I assume most of you watching this aren't in Japan, so I can't really recommend you the place that I bought it from, but Premium Bandai US has the reissue up for pre-order right now, and you might want to check out all of your usual online retailers. Some sites might not indicate clearly that it's a reissue, some sites do, like Hobby Genki, but you can always check if the site shows the release date, and if it's March 23rd, 2024, you'll know it's the reissue. And with that, I hope this video was useful. Happy hunting if you're out there looking for one, and I'll see you all in the next video. Berserker Armor Guts. Have a good one, guys, and as always,
よろしく